Waste your time with an intro or anything. I'm going to start straight off with no BS advice right off the bat of what you need to get into medical school. The most important thing that admissions committees look for is not just any smart applicant, but an applicant with a clear reasoning for why medicine. They don't just want valedictorians with a 4.0 GPA and 528 MCAT. They want people who belong in medicine. What that means for you is that you have to clarify in your personal statement and interview what made you interested in medicine. Why is it that you decided to do medicine and not something else? And have you tested or confirmed this calling in any way, i.e., through shadowing or volunteering? You can always say that you want to help people, but that's not where your personal statement should end. Keep in mind, this is so generic and shouldn't be the only thing that you say. When, when you say you're going into medicine, what they're going to ask you is why medicine specifically? Why not other career paths where you can help other people? I was asked during one of my interviews, why didn't I become a preacher instead when I said I wanted to help others? Where you also get to help others and see personal fulfillment as a preacher. Why did I want to do medicine instead of becoming a preacher? So make sure you can answer questions like that. And be sure to craft your own personal narrative around why you chose medicine and not any other field. Tell a story that only you can tell. By the way, if you want me to look at your application and need any other help or need help in any other point of the application process, i.e., prerequisite coursework or the MCAT, please click the top link in the description. So, the next no BS tip that I'll give you is that for your application, you should try to build a cohesive identity of who you are through your activities and extracurriculars and be able to express that to the admissions committee. For example, if you're passionate about immigrant health advocacy, then include all the volunteering in immigrant communities, research regarding immigrant health outcomes, and all the language learning that you've been doing. It makes your application seem more cohesive rather than having a jumbled mix of different extracurricular activities that have nothing to do with each other. They also love seeing that you're dedicated to just one thing and have a purpose in life. The third thing they want to see is high impact experiences that show a high level of commitment. And this doesn't just mean having hundreds of hours or thousands in something. For example, you can volunteer for 250 hours at different community clinics in your state or city over the span of a year. While that is definitely impressive, what is more impressive to AdComs is someone that spent that same number of hours going to that clinic, but those hours are spread over 4 to 5 years going to the same clinic instead of just 1 year. This shows that you have a high level of long term commitment to medicine, and you're not doing this to just boost your CV by cramming in some last minute volunteer experiences. The fourth thing they love to see is applicants that demonstrate leadership. Adcoms love to see applicants that can create, build, and lead. Some examples are that you founded a student organization, or you revamped a tutoring program, you led a fundraiser, you built this different curriculum, you launched a campus initiative, like maybe going greener on campus, you organized an event, you started a podcast, etc. Even small leadership roles you've had can really pop out if they're explained very well in the work and activities section. The fifth thing that sets apart stellar applicants from average applicants is having strong letters of recommendation. Make sure they are very personal and reflect who you are as a person and all the positive qualities you exhibit. Make sure it comes from people that have seen your personal growth and resilience and can personally attest to your ability to care for others, think critically, and grow meaningfully as a person. The sixth thing that they want to see is that if you have done something uncommon and super interesting, this will separate you out from the regular applicants. Sorting through these applications as a residency program is kind of like swiping through a dating app. There are so many different applicants, and they will read the same things over and over again about how they all want to help people and how they're like all interested in science and whatever. Give them an experience that is uncommon that will make the reader pause for a second because it's not something they've ever seen before. It's like on dating apps, you want to put something like eye catching so they pause on your profile before they decide to swipe left. So, as an example, my friend used to do beekeeping in undergrad, and he mentioned that on his application, and they love to ask him about it because it's such an uncommon thing to talk about. Some examples of uncommon things that you can do are starting a business or side hustle while in medical school, doing research or study abroad. Maybe you made a film, a short film. Maybe you built a website or published creative work related to medicine. Even if it's not related to medicine, you can still talk about it if it's something you're passionate about. One example I have is my friend made a piece of art that reflected his love of cardiology. It was a heart that had like flowers coming out of it, like out of the arteries and the vena cava. There was flowers like coming out, growing out of it. It was deeply personal to him and showed his love of medicine in another way that didn't involve shadowing or volunteering. Make the artwork personal to you and keep it next to you during the interview so you can show off the creativity and passion when they ask you about your hobbies. You'll be so much more of a memorable applicant if you do this. You're not going to be lost in the sea of people that they interviewed. This is all the no BS advice for getting into medical school. For more videos on similar topics, click this video. If you want personalized one-on-one tutoring and additional help with your application, click the top link in the description and I'll take a look at your application. Otherwise, I'll bid you all farewell and I wish you the best of luck in applying.